All right, let's jump straight into it. When you look at China's massive borders, you quickly realize its position on the map is, well, it's arguably the absolute most complex in the world. Today, we're going to decode this together and really try to wrap our heads around the sheer, mind-boggling scale of it all.
So let's start with the anchor for this entire explainer. 14. Across the globe, exactly 14 different sovereign nations share a land border with China. I mean, think about that for a second. That means managing 14 completely different foreign policies, trade routes, and incredibly intricate security setups. It's a geopolitical scale that's honestly kind of hard to even imagine until you really break it down. And here's the wild reality of that number. Geopolitically speaking, it means that at the exact same time, 14 different countries' armies literally have their eyes fixed on China's borders. It is an unimaginable diplomatic and military challenge. Just try to picture the logistics of simultaneously managing neighbors with wildly different political systems and military capabilities all sitting right on your doorstep.
Okay, moving right along to Section 1, the northern neighbors, from Russia to Mongolia.
Right, so looking up to the northeast, China connects directly with Russia, which is obviously a massive nation in its own right, along with North Korea. Then shift directly north, and you've got Mongolia sharing this sprawling continuous boundary. This northern belt isn't just, a line drawn on a map. It's a vast geographic zone of its own, spanning freezing climates and some incredibly diverse terrain.
Let's move to Section 2, tense southern borders, India, Bhutan, and Nepal. Now down south, the landscape shifts drastically. The source material specifically describes this frontier as highly sensitive and volatile. This is where China meets the Indian subcontinent, specifically bordering India, Bhutan, and Nepal. Crucially, the sources note that the Indian Army maintains a constant, highly vigilant watch on this border, making it one of the most heavily monitored regions anywhere in the world. So, looking purely at the geopolitical reality here, it's a deeply complex, tightly watched frontier.
Next up, Section 3, the Western and Southeast fronts, sweeping from Vietnam to Tajikistan.
So this is where the map looks like a giant puzzle. In the southeast, China is bordered by Vietnam, Laos, and Myanmar. Moving southwest, it meets Pakistan. And then sweeping all the way over to the far west, the border connects with 4 vital Central Asian states: Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. It's an incredibly diverse stretch that links East Asia right to the heart of the Eurasian landmass.
All right, Section 4, Special Administrative Regions, Macau and Hong Kong.
Now, before we finish our count of independent nations, we really have to look at 2 unique political anomalies sitting right on the border. Macau, you see, was under Portuguese control until 1999, while Hong Kong experienced long-term British rule. Today, neither of these is an independent country. They're actually special administrative regions tightly woven into mainland China. It's just a really fascinating contrast in colonial history that resulted in a shared modern status.
Finally, Section 5, a massive border, total geopolitical scale. When we put this whole thing together, this massive puzzle of 14 sovereign nations, from those icy northern plains down to the southern mountain ranges, the grand total is staggering 22,170 kilometers. Let that sink in. Stretching out for over 22,170 kilometers, it's not just a geographic marvel, it practically represents the ultimate test of economic integration and military strategy. All right, before we wrap up this explainer, here's a really fun piece of trivia straight from our sources. We know China borders 14 different countries, right? But did you know there is exactly one other country in the entire world that also borders exactly 14 nations? No way, right? Well, drop your best guess in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining us to unpack this geographic journey. And hey, keep looking at the map with fresh eyes.